I got to tell you, that Patriots whipping of the Los Angeles Chargers, and then last night's game, it was 7-6 entering the fourth quarter, and then it was just a total blowout.
It was a rough watch.
Kind of makes you think. Maybe you missed the Kansas City Chiefs in these playoffs after all.
No.
Stop it.
No.
It's a higher register Tuesday.
No, we don't.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe the Chiefs being out there with Mahomes if he was healthy, and maybe it makes it more interesting. Maybe it's coming back around again.
They would have been lucky to score 6 against the Texans last night.
I get it.
That's probably true.
I see you. I see you. I see what you're saying. Hold on a minute.
You just don't want that take to age so poorly.
Oh, it's not great.
Yeah,
no,
it's fine. Say it happens.
Not me.
It's definitely not great.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, Mahomes and the Chiefs lost to the Texans. Is that where Mahomes blew out his knee against the Chargers, right? In the final throws of that game. It all melds together. I miss them so much.
Rich.
Such a weird thing to
You
say.
are gonna.
It's not weird. It's not weird.
You are climbing that mountain.
I'm just saying, maybe he comes back around. Maybe my take won't be so bad
He's staying there.
at the end of the day. You understand how I can't quit my take sometimes, and maybe it's
I do. Yeah. It's maybe your only fault.
Did you go higher register there? Did I notice it's maybe your only fault?
I don't know.
Oh my God. How do I handle that sort of thing? Kevin Nealon's about to join us, everybody, in hour number 3. It's an Overreaction Monday on a Tuesday. That's in hour number 3. Your phone calls, all the phone lines are lit. I dig it. And I didn't go higher register there. I really do dig it. No doubt about it. And again, again, the whole business of the Chiefs being out. And again, last night's game. I think at one point Joe Buck even kind of made a sly reference, because those are, by the way, is that redundant with Joe? A sly reference? And because I'm fluent in Joe. Okay. I was picking it up, and he's just like talking about that Rams-Panthers game. That was a great game. And then comes the Bears-Packers game. That was a great game. And then comes remember he was wrong, the Jaguars-Bills. That was a great game. And Niners-Eagles. That was a great game. Troy, who is very fluent in Joe, starts chuckling because I think he's making reference to the Monday night game. Not so scintillating.
It was at least close.
I understand.
For a while.
I get it.
Even at 10-6, it's still one score.
I get it. That's what I'm just saying. Like maybe my take of missing the Chiefs.
There are moments in the NFL when history quietly opens a door, not with headlines at first, not with flashing lights, but with one unexpected decision that suddenly reshapes the landscape of the league. And Chiefs Kingdom, that is exactly the moment we are living in right now. For years, stability has been one of the greatest advantages of the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid arrived in 2013 and transformed this franchise into a model of consistency, innovation, and championship culture. Now, entering the 2026 season, Reid stands alone as the head coach with the longest active tenure in the entire NFL, 14 years in Kansas City, a Hall of Fame resume, Super Bowls, MVPs, sustained excellence. But at the same time, something remarkable happened across the league. Mike Tomlin, the longtime head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, officially stepped away from his role after nearly 2 decades on the sideline, a coach who took over in 2007 and never once posted a losing season, a Super Bowl champion, one of the most respected leaders in modern NFL history. And suddenly, his future is no longer tied to Pittsburgh. That alone changes everything. Now, let's be clear from the start. This is not about replacing Andy Reid. This is not about questioning his greatness, his legacy, or his leadership. This is about understanding how championship organizations think ahead, how they protect the future while maximizing the present, and how an opportunity like Mike Tomlin becoming available almost never happens. The moment Tomlin stepped down, his contract remained under the control of the Steelers. That means any team interested in bringing him in would likely need to compensate Pittsburgh, potentially with draft picks, just like we've seen in rare historical cases. And that detail matters because it tells us something important. This is not a casual coaching search. This is a premium asset becoming available. So why should the Kansas City Chiefs even be part of this conversation? Because the Chiefs are no longer just a team trying to win next year. They're an organization thinking in decades. Andy Reid is approaching his late 60s. He has made it clear that he plans to continue coaching, and by all accounts, he remains fully committed. But the NFL is unpredictable. Windows close fast, and when you have Patrick Mahomes in his prime, you plan for continuity at the highest possible level. Mike Tomlin represents exactly that. If Mike Tomlin were to come to Kansas City, his arrival would not be about ego or hierarchy. It would be about alignment, about culture, about reinforcement. Tomlin is not an offensive schemer like Reid, and that's precisely why the fit is so intriguing. He is a culture builder, a motivator, a defensive-minded leader who commands instant respect in any locker room he walks into. Imagine what that does for this team. The Chiefs have faced growing questions over the past 2 seasons: offensive inconsistency, defensive stretches where discipline slipped, games that felt tighter than they should have been. Tomlin's presence alone raises the floor. He brings accountability. He brings clarity. He brings a standard that players across the league already understand without a single speech. And let's talk about defense. For years, Tomlin's teams have been defined by physicality, resilience, and identity. Even when the Steelers lacked elite quarterback play, they competed, they stayed relevant, they never collapsed. That mindset is invaluable. Pairing that with Andy Reid's offensive genius creates balance. It creates insulation against regression. It creates a structure where the team is no longer dependent on one side of the ball to carry everything. Now imagine the transition possibilities. Tomlin could arrive initially in a senior leadership role, associate head coach, defensive overseer, culture architect, someone who mentors the next generation of assistants while reinforcing discipline and toughness across the roster, someone who allows Reid to focus even more on game planning, quarterback development, and offensive evolution. And long-term, Chiefs Kingdom, we need to be honest. Every great era ends. The smartest franchises prepare for that moment before it arrives, and Mike Tomlin would give the Chiefs the rare chance to plan a seamless future transition without chaos, without rebuilding, without losing identity. From Reid to Tomlin, from one Hall of Fame level leader to another. That kind of succession almost never happens in the NFL. From a player perspective, this move would resonate immediately. Veterans would buy in. Young players would grow faster. Free agents would take notice. Kansas City would not just be a destination because of Mahomes, but because of leadership, because of structure, because of sustained excellence. And from a league-wide standpoint, the message would be unmistakable. The Chiefs are not reacting, they are anticipating. They are not hoping for longevity, they are engineering it. There will be skeptics, there always are. Some will say it's unnecessary, others will say it's unrealistic. But championship organizations think differently. They recognize rare moments when elite talent becomes available in unexpected ways. And Mike Tomlin becoming available is exactly that kind of moment. This would not diminish Andy Reid's legacy. It would protect it. It would ensure that everything he built in Kansas City continues long after he decides to step away. And that, more than anything, is how dynasties survive. Chiefs Kingdom, this is not about tomorrow's headline. This is about the next 10 years. This is about making sure that when the rest of the league is scrambling for answers, Kansas City already has them in place. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Mike Tomlin would be a perfect fit in Kansas City? Would you want to see him join the Chiefs in any capacity now or in the future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, and make sure you subscribe to Chiefs Kingdom Report for more Chiefs news, rumors, and in-depth analysis all off-season long. We're just getting started.